Hey, welcome gamers to Gamer Guide channel. In this episode, we're looking at a brand new game called Scraps. Something that's reminiscent of Robocraft for sure, but has some major differences too. And maybe a little simpler in some ways, but has some different complexities. So I figured you guys might like checking this out. It's available right now on Steam for $14.99, and there's also a free demo version you can check out, though I have heard that the demo version is only LAN play, so that could be pretty restrictive. But I figured we go ahead and get into this, and I'll show you a little bit about what I've discovered in my time between 0 and 2598 experience, and figure we'll catch a little bit more together. So this game is a vehicle building game where you compete against other people who build vehicles as well, similar to Robocraft, but this is an alpha, early release game, and something that's probably going to continue to expand and grow. I have built a couple little prototype vehicles I played around with, but that wouldn't be very much fun to just pick one and play right away, so I'll just show you the basics about what goes into a new vehicle. Now when you start out, you have either a small or a medium chassis, and I think as you level up in this game, you level up, you will unlock bigger chassis. That's my hunch, because I have been unlocking parts since I started this game. Bigger, wheels, better engines, better cooling systems, and some parts that I didn't even have before. So I'm still pretty early in the game, and let's go ahead and build a new vehicle though. This would kind of explain how this works. You do have a garage you work in, similar to Robocraft, though it's just a floating disc in the blackness. And what we're going to do is add our components, which are over here on the upper left-hand side. This tells us on the right-hand side what our stats are currently. And I think you have to have your pilot seat in the vehicle to really get everything to register correctly, if I remember right. There are some suspension things you can do on the frame, which is different than Robocraft. And this game is also different than Robocraft in that you have things like engines and cooling systems and all that kind of good jazz, which in Robocraft all the functional components are kind of stuck in the piece that functions, like your rotors already have the engines. This one, you need the engines along with the wheels and all that kind of good stuff. The idea in this game is you fight against other robots, knocking parts off them, and you collect their parts and use those scraps to better your robot. So that's kind of how that works, and you get more and more scrap as you knock it off. Now you lose parts, or you lose scrap from your vehicle if you get shot, and so you theoretically, could be weaker. You'll fight the other robots until you explode, and then you respawn, and you do it again, and you're trying to get frag kills, and of course every kill you get, you also get experience, which gets you to another level, and in turn then also gets you more new parts you can add onto your vehicle. So I've done a little bit of that. This heavy cockpit is new. I just got that, I think it was the last thing I unlocked. But you start out with this light and a medium cockpit. This is also something I unlocked, the small active cooling fan. This pulls power where the other ones don't, but they don't they don't cool as well, rather. Same with engine sizes, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what you're looking at. You have these capacitors, which you don't start the game with, but I've unlocked in the last couple of battles, and I think there'll be probably quite a bit more stuff too to unlock. And then finally, weapons. Pretty simple right now. You do have machine guns and cannons. Medium cannons and large cannons are kind of fun to play with, as I found that having multiples of them on the vehicle will cause enemies to do somersaults and stuff when you smack them with them, so that's always fun. And then the machine guns, I found the small one kind of useless. I mean, it's hard to hit anything with it, but the medium machine gun seems pretty good. That's just my first impression so far. And you do have a help screen here. It didn't take me very long to figure this out. Basically, these little things that look like diamonds here are what you put your parts on. So what we'll do is, I guess we'll start by putting down the important stuff like the motors. And what I've done in some of my other vehicles is just thrown the motor under the pilot seat. It is kind of like Robocraft in the way that if you lose your pilot seat, actually if you lose your chassis too, you're out of the game. Of course, if you lose your chassis, you use your pilot seat. So. And then you respawn. Not out of the game completely, but you just have to wait till you regenerate. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and start by putting something together here. I'm not going to go too complex. I did unlock the large engine, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw one down. This is a lot bigger than the other one. I guess we'll do maybe we'll do 2 large engines. I don't know, that would be kind of, it uses a lot of room. So to take things off, you click on them and then you can pull up. That little red X is your center of gravity. So you see it moves back. That will affect your driving and all that kind of good stuff. If you don't have the engine or the engine gets blown out, you go super slow, so you do need a good engine. So it shows here that my drive power is 400 kilowatts versus 140 or 70, so this is quite a bit more powerful. Now we need to power the engines, and we need to power the guns too, so we'd use these generators. I unlocked the medium generator, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I think I'm probably going to put another engine there too, so we'll go ahead and put our generators on this row. Give ourselves a little power. And then we have a cooling system. We got to cool everything on our vehicle. These small active coolers seem to work pretty good. Now I'm going to add, I think also, instead of just having that one engine, we're going to go with a medium too. Now you can rotate blocks in this game by pressing the right mouse button and then just dropping it there. I got a little space there. I guess I could put maybe a passive cooling unit, or a large heat sink they call it. So we'll put that there. This is a little bit of a space filler. 3 batteries. That is going to provide me, just show me that, 7.4 kilowatts. Let's see what else we have. Probably want to have big guns, and I want to have plenty of power. I'm going to add one extra of these battery cores, and then on the outside we'll go ahead and put some more cooling. Let's put some, can't mount them on top. What we can do though is we could put down some blocks. Now these blocks do act as armor, but you actually do have armor plates. And this is something I unlocked, Cowcatcher, which is pretty much like a Tesla coil in a way. You just, if you play Robocraft and you're familiar with that, you just ram things with it and it does damage. So I haven't really played a vehicle that's been fast enough to catch anybody because I've been playing the big tanks, and that's been pretty fun. I'm probably going to build something similar to that just to show you how the guns work. The big guns, rather. Alright, so what we're going to do here to get this for mounting is we'll put a couple blocks. Now one thing I haven't figured out at this point in the game, and I am a noob still, of course, is how to rotate blocks in another direction. Like I can get them to spin 360, but I can't get the other axis to go. So I can't like get these to do anything but be horizontal in their layout. So if you guys know how to do that, if you've been playing this game or whatever, you can leave that in the comments below. Of course, by the time you tell me, I'll probably know. So I plan on playing this game some more. It seems pretty fun, and I want to see what else there is to unlock. Alright, so let's see. Let's add some more blocks here just to fill in our frame. We'll put that one there. These do have armor, and in this game I've noticed that the armor seems quite a bit tougher than what you'll find in Robocraft. Like, it takes some serious shots to knock blocks off. Unless you have really big guns, and that does pretty good damage. Just like in Robocraft, you'll see blocks flying everywhere. And actually you'll see the entire robot flying everywhere, which is really cool. I've always said in the game, jokingly, that I wish they had the Fusro Da in Robocraft so you could make other robots fly around, just get pissed off and you want to knock a tank through the air, you could like use your Fusto Ra gun and blow the shit out of it. That would be fun. I would definitely like that. So if Robocraft developers are listening, you should definitely add that to the game, because that will give you something that this game currently has and that you do not. So you got to be competitive, man. You got to be competitive. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I put a little bit of armor on the front frame just in the way of blocks without the actual cubes. I'm probably not going to go too crazy on cubes, but I do want to have some front gun mounts. So we're going to put them left and right, and we'll probably put some big guns on this guy. That's what I'm thinking. So, do I want to put it forward a little bit more? Perhaps. So we could do that. We'll double up the blocks here. This would be for our guns. And see, this would be the part where I'd love to put well, I guess I can do that. I'd love to put another block there just to hold it, but I like them turned the other way, outward. Oh well, that will work. Alright, so let's slap a couple of big cannons on, since these are so much fun. These are the ones that if you have more than one, I've noticed, and they both hit the enemy, that you can really make an enemy vehicle roll. So you'll see that they use a lot of CPU. So, yeah, right now I'm using the 1375 cap, so I'm probably not going to get a whole lot more on here, but maybe a machine gun or something. And I still got lots of stuff to add too, so this will be kind of lightly armored for this episode. Now what I've done in the past is I've just thrown my pilot seat on top, and I think that's going to work. So we'll go ahead and do that. I don't think I want to use the heavy cockpit. Gosh, I'm going to have to use the light cockpit probably, if I want any more armor. Big guns and a small cockpit. This gives me lower CPU, but that also frees up some additional CPU, or not CPU, scrap availability. I'm still calling it Robocraft terms here, for adding things like armor plate on, which will help your survivability as well. So, and blocks are a good thing. So, we are going to probably add some more of those dudes. Let's do a left and right here on the cabin, and then we added a half block down there, but you know, actually, we'll select it, and we'll pull it off, and we'll put a full block there. I'm not going to spend too much time here more on the block. I just kind of want to explain what I'm doing. Now, you are limited by the chassis in this game, and I realize that will kind of hinder creativity, but this is going to be more kind of an action-packed game in a way. You know, you build on the fly, because when you're in the games and you're knocking parts off, you can go to this little area where you teleport away from the action, and you can continue to work on your robot, or just repair it quickly and get back into the melee. So if you end up doing really well and knocking someone's blocks off early in the game, and you have 1,000 up, you can go run and throw some guns off and save your robot, and then go out back into the fray. You set your time, and you also set your scrap level. So like if you were at 1200, like I think I was here for this one, you could just have games where it's 1200 and under robots play. But they go all the way up to 40,000, so you can get some really big monstrosities with lots of guns on it if you wanted to. Now right now I'm kind of front heavy as far as weight. I can raise my suspension to help a little bit, so I'm going to do that here with the slider bar on the bottom. Freeze physics, what's this? Freeze physics simulations. Oh, it shows you about instability. Link suspension. Okay, yeah. I know about that. We could put some anvils on the back, actually, to improve our rear suspension. But one thing we need, and we're almost out of scrap, is we need to have a scrap collector, because otherwise you can't hold as much of the scrap, and so even if you destroy a robot, you're not really doing any good, except for the little bit I think you get just by having a driver's seat or whatever. I think there's a little bit of default that goes into this. So we'll add at least one. How much do we have? We have another 185, so I could add more than that. Can I add more than this? No. So that would be the last one, really. Where else could we put our scrap? I kind of hate to get it blown off, so I might put them both on the back. Of course, that's right where the enemy loves to get. Or I could just go with one scrap container and see if we can get a machine gun on. That would be nice. I'd like to have a little faster firing gun, and maybe something to cover that up too. That would be good. Well, we could do a machine gun there. Oh, but see, now we're over our limit. So you see kind of the game you got to play as far as that goes. How are we doing on our cooling? Max power, okay, yeah, cooling is good. Oh, but see, the max heat is over, so we have to wait between shots, basically. Why don't, instead of going with two of the really huge guns, why don't we just do one? And we'll put it center up top in front of the cabin. And we'll go smaller guns here, because that's creating a couple different problems, so we can lower our suspension back down. So we'll do this. We'll do, let's see, can we do some medium guns? Medium cannons. And I actually don't need two of those if we're just doing medium guns. Just for the purpose of this video here. Let's see, medium cannon here on the right. Let's get rid of these guys. Go away. Go away. One thing I already miss about this over Robocraft is the mirror tool. Now, if there's a way to mirror, I'd love to know how to do it, because right now I don't know how. But, these robots are not as intricate and complex as what you can build in Robocraft. But at least they still have some creative aspect to it. And I think with the addition of multiple frames, too, you could start getting pretty interesting. Alright, I am just a tad bit over my scrap limit. I want to try to keep it under that 1200 for this, so let's see. Cooling is 70, max heat 290. What should I get rid of? I kind of want to get rid of this. But that's kind of a bad idea. We really did benefit from having that. So, why don't we just try to find a block somewhere? Where is a block that is not essentially critical? Let's do this. Get rid of that, and we'll put singles here. Let's put these, let's see, we have single cubes. We'll Put him right here, and we'll put our big gun on that. Will that save us some of our scrap? I think so. It's going to be a little wompy though. I don't like it where it's off center like that. Well, it was on center before, wasn't it? No, I guess maybe not. I don't know. You must have had it on there. How did we have it on there before where it was working so well? We had the one cross. Do we have something extended off that? That was probably what's going on. Okay, so we'll... Okay, that's the vertical. I forget we can't rotate them like that, but we can do the one that's already horizontal. There we go. Okay, so we might have to do this. I think what I'll do is I'll move this whole thing forward. No, I can't. I forgot. It's attached to the back. That's what keeps it centered. Okay. Do we have any... Let's see. We still got 155. Do we have any, like, slanted blocks or something that are just cost a little bit less? These are how much? Scrap cost 45. So we could do those. What about this? Scrap cost 90. Now we can only do one of those. Tell you what. We'll just throw two of these on the front. Whoops. Not right there. One there, and we'll put one here, and we'll call it good. And we'll get into a game. Alright, cool. So let's name this thing. We'll save it, call it, let's see, I don't know. We'll call this Ruin Your Day, after one of my viewers. There we go. And let's take this into a match. So after you're done, just hit the done button. Do I need to adjust the bench suspension? I think we're good. And then what you'll do is you can play this multiplayer, of course, but you can also play single player, which is different than the Robocraft, at least. So set AI opponents, and you can set them at different levels of strength, medium, or fearless AI, whatever. I tried it in easy just to kind of get a feel for the game. You can add multiples too at different levels of professionalism. So we'll go ahead and put a couple easies and a medium. And they can choose your own robot too. Now you could go in here and you could make them choose something else, but that's fine. We'll go with the challenge, and then you choose your own vehicle. Now the things in yellow are things that are over the starting scrap limit that you've set, and you can, like I said earlier, you can go 40,000 here. But for this, I'm just going to use the robot we just created. So we'll go with Ruin Your Day. Let's select that, and we will deploy. Oh, all these got to be ready too. So let's see. Add an AI player. We got to choose vehicles for this AI. So let's we'll give it double shot, and Gavin. Actually, let's do something else. We already got double shot. Let's do Top Gun. There we go. Well, Top Gun. No. This one. There. Cool. Alright, here we are. Yep, this is quite a bit more speedy than my other robot, which I like, because I've been playing some pretty heavy tanks with tons and tons of guns, so this would be a nice switch up from my super heavy tanks. And we already got some action here. Yes, the AI does fight each other, and you can vulture the scrap if you want to. One thing you'll notice is you do overheat, and my cooling on this vehicle is pretty crap. So what I'm going to do is just lay back, hang back here, and try to pop some shots off of this guy. I'm overheating really bad, so I should have improved my cooling. That would have been good. What I think I'll do here is I'll grab some of the scrap, and we'll see if we can go into our garages and improve our vehicle. Whoop, I got hit by their cannon. I think we are not doing so great because of our cooling system being crap. Alright, so we're going to run for it. We just got our machine gun left. Now it looks like the scrap does disappear after a little bit of time. I guess the thing I have going for me is I am fast. Whoa. Now if you flip in this game, you auto-correct. so that's nice. I'm pretty damaged. Now it takes a couple seconds to beam out of the arena. Looks like they got me right at the end there. And it just shows you what your current condition is, which is horrible. I've been beaten up pretty badly. You can auto-repair. It will tell you here, actually by color too, if you can auto-repair all the way, and I don't think I can. It would be green otherwise. So I can repair about halfway, but it doesn't really make sense to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to redeploy. Well, actually, we'll go ahead and repair what we can. Actually, no. Let's put a gun back on, because we can't do anything without a gun. So we'll put on a medium cannon. And this is not going to be saved. I don't want to come back like this, so I'm just going to do redeploy. But if you were fortunate enough to do well and get some scrap, and you were over what your original scrap limit was, you could add onto your robot and save it right now. So we'll go ahead and redeploy, get murdered, and then when we come back, we'll try again. Maybe to pick up someone else's scrap and then get a better cooling system, because I think that will make a big difference on this robot as our big gun is overheating us. High heat. Ooh, okay, so we got murdered. You can press spacebar to change your vehicle. I think I'm going to do that actually, because that was not very well thought out as far as the cooling. I don't think I put enough cooling systems in it. So why don't we do... Got default robots here too. Came out of the package that you can play with. Why don't we try this Gavin thing? Let's see, I haven't played this one yet, so we'll select that guy. And then you're drop shipped in by some kind of drop ship thing. There's not a visual representation of that, as you don't build your vehicles in a drop ship. That would be awfully like Robocraft for sure. Alright, so we got that guy out. Nice. So we got us some scrap. Looks like we got hit too. Not sure who got us. But I think what we're going to do is grab what we can here. Oh, this guy's going to hit us. Oh, he doesn't have no guns? He got his guns blown off. Okay, well, in that case... Thank you. Alright, so let's go in here now that we have a little extra scrap. And you'll see we're green, so that green means that we have more than we need to repair our vehicle all the way. And I don't think we lost any parts. Now, one thing it doesn't do is replace parts that have been blown off. The only way you get those back is if you get completely destroyed and you regenerate. So right now, here's our setup with Gavin. We got two little buckets, and actually this is a little slicker than the vehicle I just made, so I think I'll stick with this. Though these little machine guns, like I said, I'm not super happy about those. They kind of suck, at least in the configurations I've tried them with. So maybe we will add a little bit more firepower to Gavin and get rid of these. So let's knock these off. And we'll do a little bit of blockage here on the side, so... Yeah, alright, remove it. Okay, I can't put them there, so we'll go ahead and put them on the back, flanking either side here. How are we doing? Power into 8, max power out 2. Alright, we could actually add a better engine here too. This is a small one. Why don't we do that? Why don't we go with another large engine, or medium size or whatever. And then I'm going to add some guns here. Now you do have back force when you fire the cannons, at least medium cannons too, and I think that's what I want to add on, is another medium cannon. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of an outcropping here. Great, and then we will put some of these medium cannons on. Actually, I should probably move this whole thing back, and that's another nice thing, is when you take a part off with other parts on it, the whole thing moves. So we're going to move this back one, so our main cannon has a little bit better flank ability. Let's see, one more medium cannon, perfect. Alright, and now let's add a little bit of armor to our front. Or we could actually add a cow couldn't we? Well, they're even, so if we did that, we'd have to change our block layout. And I don't know a good way to do that without having it offset or having two cow catchers. We could do two cow catchers. That'd be kind of cool. So why don't we do that? We got to use the right one though. So let's see. We have to go full blocks? I guess so. Or we can use one here, two of these. No, I think we're using too many parts here. Yeah. Alright, let's just go with the armor idea. Okay. How about we do this? Just want this piece here. Okay. And we'll put this armor here. So then we have two medium cannons, one big cannon. Max power out, we are using a little bit more power than we're making. So we have one passive power module here on the back. Why don't we add one more? We have 303. Or at least a small, let's see what we got. Small generator. Max power out. Okay, we're green there. Max heat in. Max cooling. We're not too bad. We're not as bad as the other vehicle. We could fire for a while without overheating. But we're still yellow, so we're going to have to be more sparing with our shots. But these medium cannons should really help a lot. So let's see. Right now we're still at 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and why don't we save this and we'll call it Gavin Prototype. Or Gavin Mark II. Alright, save and deploy. And this doesn't drop us right back in the spawn area, kind of randomly somewhere. Oh, that was a good shot by this guy. Ouch, 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 ouch. Now see, these medium guns are helping. Because they will knock a enemy back. And now I need your scrap, because you've knocked pieces off me. Of course, I got another guy coming, and I think he's damaged my engine because I'm not moving very fast at all. Turn guns, turn guns. No! There we go. Alright, I think we lost our big gun, but we still have our small one. Even these medium guns, though, are pushing me back. Let's knock his gun off before he hits me. He's a bad shot. Oh, he hit me there. Oh, dope! So that's the cool thing about the big guns is you can knock someone off, opponent back. And take out both my engines, so now I'm super slow. I'll probably never get back to the base. Not too good. I probably should have armored up my engines or put them behind blocks. That's why you don't like your engines sitting right out in the open. But let's see. I can kind of slowly crawl around because our driver's seat gives a little bit of power. But I have no way to hold scrap besides what I can hold by default. But let's see, can we get... I think even if we could get to destination, it wouldn't do us much good. We're kind of disabled here. Containers full. It's a nice little indication to let you know you got to go back and drop off your scrap or heal your vehicle. Otherwise you just have no benefit really. Now I guess one thing I could do is I could try to propel myself backwards faster by firing. Let's see. I can fire my cannons backwards. No, can't. Alright, so they're kind of mounted in the front position. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and self-destruct. Just because it's going to take me a half hour just to get across the map there, and that's not going to be fun to watch. Alright, we're back, and let's go find a new victim. And I think the next thing we're going to do... Oh, we didn't save. I guess we defaulted instead of going to Gavin Mark II. We're back to Gavin Mark I. Alright, well that would be okay. When we die next time, we can select them back, I guess, if it's saved. There's probably still a couple bugs here and there, or maybe it's a user error thing. But this is pretty fun. So I haven't taken this out yet in multiplayer, but why don't we do that next? Maybe I'll take one of the vehicles I created off camera, and we'll try playing head-to-head with some other people. Alright, they're all ganging up on me. This is no fair. Why don't you pick on your other AI guy? Ouch. Ouch. The computers are beating me up. Ouch, ouch. Oh, I got owned. Alright. Let's see. Select. Yes. Oh, I know why it wouldn't let us do it, because we have a cap in this game. We can only play a vehicle that is under the cap. So why don't we go with... we could try going back to this vehicle. Now, if you don't die, you can upgrade as much as you want, but if you die, then you have to go back to the vehicle at the cap, basically. No, overheating problems. Alright, the nice thing is I can get away and let my gun cool off. So I am super fast with my double engines. Or my big engine and mid-sized engine. So why don't we grab this? Got that. 2, 1, hurry up. No! Okay. Alright, we're yellow, so that didn't really work out. Let's go ahead and repair what we can, and we'll go right back in and see if we can grab some scrap and run back in. I think I came back to getting shot. Instantly died. Either that or it's a bug. Alright, we're back. And there's some scrap. Can I get it without getting obliterated? Let's see. Get some of the small scrap. Back off! Yeah, this thing overheats really bad. Let's get a better cooling system. Woo! Our guns are on fire. Alright, so, and our cooling system's on fire too. Alright, our whole vehicle's smoking, but instead of doing all of that, I think what I'd like to do is add something on. Let's see, let's add on a better cooling system. And we have, so we'll take this out, get that back, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add on these active cooling systems here. So can we zoom in? Will that help any? One there, and we'll put another one there. So now we got better cooling. Our max power cooling is 228. We should be able to shoot a little bit longer now. Let's go ahead and save this even though we're damaged. And I don't know if we'll come back damaged if we went out damaged, but let's save and we'll yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter because we can't come back over the 1200 cap and we're so close. So why don't we'll go ahead and call this Gavin Mark III and save. Alright, I'm probably going to quit this game in a second so we can play a multiplayer just to experience that, since I haven't done it yet. Oh, alright. One thing I can work on is a more stable crafts. Something maybe with roll protection. Alright, well this is already better. Go away, gun. There we go. That's what I like to see. Little pieces of my enemy. Okay. Let's go. Let's repair our vehicle. Nope, what happened there? Okay. Let's put those back. And redeploy. Those medium cannons plus the large cannons seem to really do a pretty good job of knocking people back. And 2 large cannons do an awesome job at it. Alright, now they're all coming for me, so I'm going to get out of dodge. One thing I like about this vehicle is it's quick. Oh, alright. I guess falling off mountains will make you drop your own scrap. Not a good idea. Or ruin your vehicle. Yeah, there's not really a reason to go back. We might as well just sacrifice ourselves or self-destruct. Why don't we do that? Actually, why don't we go ahead and end the game and we'll play a multiplayer game. So that's our scores. I kind of won. Though pathetically against easy and medium computers, so we'll go ahead and leave. Why don't we go to multiplayer and we'll do internet and we'll join a game. And here's a couple different people playing. So you notice about your interactions. Family friendly, blah blah blah. Yes, there's trolls. Okay, of course. I'm sure that's what it said. I didn't really read it after that first part. Alright, it refreshes every 7 seconds. That's now auto refresh is on. Good. And here's our scrap count. So why don't we do the lower one? We'll go official server, US East. Okay, so we're kind of right in the middle of an arena, and I guess we just pick the vehicle we want. Now, I probably want to pick something close to 1400. Do I have something close? Let's see, we have Top Gun Default, that's one of the computers. Dune Breaker, then goes my first vehicle. Medium cannon car, that's pretty good, if I remember right. I think I put some of the big cannons on it. Crazy Bot, way too high. Big cannon car. Let's do this. Well, can I do that? Yeah, I guess we have to be under 14. So we'll select big cannon car. There he is. Bunch of guns and scrap loaders, but super slow. I didn't have big engines back when I made this. If I had them, I probably would have added them in. And that's something we might be able to add on now. So let's see. Can we find another real human being to shoot in the face? Where are you? Now this is just an open server, so I think this is anybody can come and join. I didn't see anybody flying around in here in the first menu, but this game's only been out since the 7th, and today's the 15th, and it's also an hour where not a lot of people are online. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here, so yes, we may not have anybody on. So I guess it's just open, basically like a giant pit. You come in and beat up your friends and steal their scrap and try to make better vehicles, and I guess you could probably collaborate, have someone to be the victim and help your buddy by letting him beat you up and become a robo pinata. Give him some of your stuff. So that's one way you could do it. Let's try another server. Leave game. Yes. Alright. Alright, exit. Yeah, there's no one else there. So we'll do multiplayer, internet, and let's see, join a game. Let's see, 0 of 8. So there's not really anybody playing on the main servers right now. Well, that's just unfortunate, but it doesn't surprise me. You probably need to come and play at peak hours since this game was just launched. So, and we have LAN too, so you could just get a LAN party going, get some friends together. That's pretty cool. But, I mean, even if that doesn't happen, you can still get your single-player campaign on. And it's just as good, and you can lock all your parts and all that kind of stuff until other people are online or this game gets a little more popular. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll increase this. Why don't we go to one of my bigger vehicles. We'll go all the way up to 40,000. Starting scrap, and of course you can get more scrap than that, but right now that's the cap. I'm sure later it will change. And we'll let's do one other one. We'll do a medium AI and an easy. There we go. And let's see, I gotta choose a vehicle, so we'll go with the Crazy Bot is a little bit too big now to go with originally. So do I have any 30,000s or anything grandiose? We'll go with Big Engine Cannon Car. These names are not too creative, but these are just kind of preliminary builds here. So we'll select that guy and deploy. Alright, we are in. I like the graphics in this game. Seems nice enough, you know, and it is a little bit of a change-up too, a little bit more to it than in Robocraft. Everything's a square cube, so you have a little bit of contouring and stuff, so it looks kind of cool, and we'll see what I unlock. Alright, where are my enemies at? Don't hear anything happening. They're being very stealthy. There they are. That guy's dead? This is what I was talking about, having multiple cannons. Alright, got him out of the way, and look at all the scrap we just got. Haha. Uh-oh. The great thing is I can throw them off by shooting them with my multiple cannons. There we go. More scrap for me, and let's head back to the base. And I think we're also going to call it an episode. I just wanted to introduce Scraps to you guys. If you guys are interested in seeing more of Scraps, I'll definitely be playing it and unlocking more parts and showing you some interesting builds and some competitive play when there's actually other people in the game, which should be a thing soon. And, you know, if you guys get Scraps and you want to play, maybe we'll get something going on a LAN or a shared server. So there is that. But we'll go ahead and beam out of here real quick for closing. If you're new here to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. That helps me out. It also helps me out if you give me a like. And comment in the comment section too. Always lets me know that you're engaged and interested in what's putting out here. So if Scraps looks like a game that you might be interested, definitely check it out. It's on Steam right now, like I said. $15. I think I heard rumors of this maybe being free when it goes live, but right now it's in early stages of development, alpha. So there'll be probably lots of changes and lots of additions to the game. There is a free-to-play demo version where you can kind of come in and create your own vehicles, and I think you can play single player, I'm guessing. But there's no internet option. I think it's LAN only. But if you have some friends and you want to play LAN, you want to try Scraps out, definitely do that. Alright guys, well thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Later.